Good morning, guys. Today we're gonna go thrifting. We're heading down south today. We are gonna go hit the thrift stores. We're gonna hit some Savers. We're gonna hit some smaller ones. Salvation Army, Vinnie's, you know the ones. And we are gonna try and find some cool stuff for me market, some vintage, and maybe even some whatnot stuff. I really need to have another whatnot stream. I am a bit lacking for stock for that at the moment, because a lot of the stuff I haven't had for very long, and I want to give it a chance. I want to give it a chance at the market, but I am collecting some things like heaps of jerseys and stuff for you guys for whatnot. So go follow me on whatnot. If you like anything that you see today, hit me up on Instagram and we can sort it out early before I list it, unless it's already listed on Depop at homeofthrift_. You can contact me on Instagram at just homeofthrift. But let's get in there and let's find cool stuff. Straight off the bat in the Salvation Army, we got a Scotty special zip-off pants. I am selling these all day, even the women's ones. These are some women's pants that I sold recently, and they go for pretty good money. Here we have some pretty, almost brand new Merrells, and I've got a mate that sells on eBay, and I'm always looking out for the homies, so got them for him. So Vinnie's actually has a promotion going where if you spend over $15, you get one of these thingamabobs. So, and you open it and it gives you like a percentage off. So let's see what we got. I'm never lucky, I swear to God. Oh well, let's move on to the next one. So that one was pretty ordinary, to be honest, but this is one that has a lot of resellers, and they had the new tag color was blue, and I literally went through that place so fast because I was just looking at the new tags and there was just nothing. So I don't know what's going on there. They just haven't been stocking up. But because this thing is a vintage storm hat, well, maybe from like mid 2000s, like 2000, could be 2006, but look at that cool embroidery. And it wasn't even the blue tag. I don't know what week that was because I haven't been thrifting for a while, but how is that still there? Like, this thing is going to be crazy for whatnot. Yeah, I saw someone sell something similar on there and it went for okay money, so we'll see how we go. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. Let's go to the next one. In the Vinnies, we find this Patagonia. Not too bad. It comps out pretty well on eBay, so I'll give it a chance on Depop, and I think it'll do pretty good. All right, I have lost faith in Savers. I've been to 2 and I've left with 1 item. So we're gonna go into Salvos and hopefully we can find something, because I've only picked up 4 items and 1's for a mate. So it's been a pretty dry day out here at the thrift stores. I saw this Billabong tanked up and I was like, I'm gonna know about it, because I was just like, is this ugly enough to sell at the market? But for $5, I decided to pick it up, and it eventually sold actually at the market straight away. And then I found these Y2K silver tag Nike track pants, real basic, but I think they do pretty good, and people look out for that tag, so not bad. All right, guys, we finally had some luck at Savers. We got this Dickies workwear shirt. Yeah, I picked these up when they're cheap because they actually sell really good. And at the market, I've sold so many, and they go good on Depop as well. And if you like Bam Margera, I think that's how to pronounce his last name, you know CKY. This is like a Jackass, like back in the Jackass days. CKY was like a really niche band, and Bam Margera's brother was actually in it. Other vintage CKY shirts were actually comping up pretty good on eBay, so that'll do pretty good too. And then we found this vintage Puma t-shirt. Just thought the color was really cool, and it was actually a decent price. Usually they fully tax on these vintage t-shirts, but when they're branded, but this one's not. That one wasn't too bad. And then I found this Liverpool, look, $20, a bit more than I want to pay for it, but then when you turn it over, it's got like a name on it, and usually get a little bit more with the name and number. So I decided to pick that up. And here I need to write a love letter to vintage JJ's. I just love vintage JJ stuff so much, and if you know me, you know I love to pick it up. But this one just wasn't my size. If it was my size, I would, because it was just a high quality, like, leather type jacket. So it only takes one thrift store to turn things around. So now I have a bit of motivation. We're gonna go to probably, actually I know there's one spot with like 3 large thrift stores right next to each other. So let's try and suss that out and go there, and maybe we can find something else before I call it a day. We are in the Bronx. I've got a few things from here before, so I am a little bit hopeful, actually. Oh, Harley stuff always catches my eye, but we got this like modern button up. Sometimes I pick them up if they're cheap enough, but yeah, modern and $18. Nah, I would leave that behind. But I did find a vintage Harley t-shirt. This one's from the year 2000. It's on the Acme tag. Originally when I saw Acme, I was like, oh, is that Bugs Bunny? And then I was like, oh wait, we live in Australia. That's definitely a kangaroo. And then you turn it over and it's got like this modern graphic. The modern graphic is dated 2005, I think it is. And at Dandenong, the Harley shop for Dandenong is literally right next door. Whoa, the wind just picked up. I hope you can hear me, but that was a little bit disappointing today. But I guess these are just the realities. You can't win every single day. Because like the things that I picked up, they weren't the only op shops or thrift stores that I went to today. I went to so many and didn't get anything. So, you know, you can't win them all, can you? But, you know, the vibes are still high. I'm gonna go thrifting again this week. So I may even make another video, because I reckon I came down south thinking I was gonna find all the good stuff, and it didn't really work out for me. So maybe I'll just stick to what I know. I don't know. I actually think that I got a little cocky, to be honest. Because last week, or maybe it was 2 weeks, it's been a while since I've actually had a thrift, but I got so much good stuff. Like, I found Arcteryx. If you follow me on Instagram at Home of Thrift, you'll see all the freaking grails that I picked up. And I usually pick up, if I pick up a grail, I'll chuck it up there on Instagram. But so go follow me there. So my hopes were so high, but that's okay. I may go out again this week. I don't know. These videos take a lot out of me when I'm trying to edit them really fast, so we'll see. But I will definitely have a flea market video for you guys on Sunday, or I'm thinking about changing it to Monday permanently, because they seem to be doing a little bit better. So I'm gonna leave it there, guys, but you know the drill. Here is a video that you're gonna love. You're gonna bloody love it. And over here you can bloody subscribe and help me get to 1,000 subscribers. All right, I'll leave it there. Have a bloody good day, and I'll see you on Sunday or maybe Monday morning. See ya.